All right, so let's talk about the skills we've been learning over the last week and a half or so. So we've introduced several new what we call vowel digraphs because they are two vowels together that make a new sound. They don't each say their own sound. So just like our digraphs for TH and SH, same thing, we have vowel digraphs as well. So the ones we've been talking about are our controlled vowel digraphs. And so we have AR, which says R like in car. We have ER, which says like in her. And then this week we've introduced OR, which says or like in for or fork. So these are the skills that they should be working on at home. There are also skills that when they see them in their reading, in their AR reading or any other books at home, that they should be able to decode. They're pretty good about them in class, so I would assume that they can read them well in their AR books at home. We've also been we're still talking about nouns and verbs. Proper nouns are nouns that are specific, so names of things, and they have a capital letter. And then we're talking about verbs, common nouns, which are a regular person, place, thing, or animal. And then this week we started talking about multi-syllable words. So they are able to decode a lot of big words, but when they see them, they don't want to tackle them. They don't understand how to tackle them because they're not used to reading multi-syllable words. So that's what we started this week. And we kind of start with telling them, or the best way to do it is to look at, make sure it's there. Look at a word and count the vowels. So we tell them to count the vowels. So bathtub is a word that we talked about yesterday, and it has two vowels. It has the A and then the U. So that tells us that we have a two-syllable word. So for every vowel sound we have a two-syllable word. Now a word like bike has two vowels in it, but we don't have two vowel sounds. When we say bike, we say b-I-k. The E doesn't say anything because the E actually makes the I say its name. And that's a skill they know. So that word is only one syllable because it only has one vowel sound. So just because there's a vowel in the word doesn't mean it actually says anything. So when you have a silent E, you don't count it as an extra vowel. If you have an OU, like a vowel digraph in shout, that's only one sound. It's saying ow. Those two are together. So it's only one syllable. So it's vowel sounds equal syllables. And one thing that we've kind of taught them to do, and then what they'll see in their readers in class, is they will add a dot where you split the word. So bathtub would be read bath and tub. So in this word, this is actually a compound word. And so it's two regular words that have come together to make a new word. Now, not all multisyllabic words are split into actual words. So you can have a word like, I'm trying to think of one of the words we talked about yesterday. Okay, days of the week. We did days of the week last week. And so if we did the word Wednesday, we have three vowel sounds. We have E, and AY, which says A. So we have three syllables. But if we split it, we don't have individual words that we're bringing together. We do have day and we have wed, but ness is not a word. So just because it's a multi-syllable word does not mean that it's a compound word. So they won't always be able to split it and have it make words that they are familiar with. But a lot of times there are at least parts. If you take the word tropical, they can sound that out. They can split it by the vowel sounds. So we have O, I, and A, which means that they are going to have three syllables. So we have tropical. Now the other way that you can help them if they're really struggling with that is you can code it. So if we take the word basket, so here we have the word basket. And we can label our vowels, so we would label our vowels with a V. And then we can label our consonants, and we have 2 consonants between our vowels. So we bridge our vowels, just like that. And we split the word between the consonants. So we're going to split it here. So now we have bass, kit. We can do the same thing with the word napkin. Label the vowels. Bridge it. Fill in the consonants. We split it between the 2 consonants. Right down the middle. Now we have nap and kin. So that's how they have been, that's how we teach multi-syllable words. And those are kind of the rules and the decoding skills that they are learning right now for those words. So in those AR books that they're bringing home, when they come up to those multi-syllable words now that we would normally just tell them or kind of say, well, it says this, or you kind of sound it out like this, I would encourage you to push them to figure it out on their own. Remind them of these rules that they have. Tell them to find their vowels. How many vowel sounds are there? And work through it with them in that way, because most of them should be able to split those up. Even words like especially words like birthday and the ones that are actually compound words, they definitely should be able to decode those. We've started subtraction, and there's a little bit of a struggle. We're struggling with it just a little bit, and that's okay. That's understandable. It's a totally new concept for the most part. And this week we're doing subtraction with 9. So this is a problem we had today, and there's actually 2 ways that they know to solve this. So the first way would be to do a math drawing. So we're going to draw out. We always do a math drawing with circles, and we keep them in our 10 frame because it's easily recognizable and it doesn't take too long. So we've got 15. So we're taking away 9. So I can draw a line through 9 of them. So 5 up top, 4 on the bottom. Now how many do I have left? I have 5 on the bottom plus 1 here. They can either count those individually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can write out 5 plus 1 equals 6. Either way, those leftover circles give us our answer. They've also been taught to regroup for 10 because working with numbers of 10 is a lot easier. So we can look at this and say, okay, 15 is actually 10 and 5. Now I know that 9 minus 10 is 1. Or sorry, 10 minus 9 is 1. So if we have that, then we would have our 5 left over. So we have 10 minus 9 equals 1 plus the 5, because we still have this 5 that we haven't used yet. We've used our 9 now. We've used our 10. 5. So 1 plus 5 equals 6. I hope that makes sense. So those are the 2 ways. They can regroup for 10 and use their 10 minus 9 equals 1. They can either do that in their head. They should be able to do that little part in their head and then add the 5 or whatever the leftover remaining is. Or they can do a math drawing and draw it all out and cross it out and then count what's left over. All right, thanks.